Today we're going to look at the product rule and the quotient rule, and these will come up often. You can see the notation up here says that f times g, and then it's inside parentheses raised, is the derivative here, and that's f g prime plus gf prime. You will also see it, and it's completely fine because it is commutative, as f prime g plus f g prime. Both multiplication and addition are commutative. Now, as you look at number one is here to help us. It is a monomial times a monomial. You could multiply those monomials together very easily and use the power rule. But since we want to see how this works, we're going to use the product rule. So you'll set up, okay, f is your first term is 6x cubed. That makes f prime 18x squared. G is considered the second term, so that'll be 7f to the fourth. And then g prime is going to be 28x to the third. Now, using the notation, we're going to say f prime 18x squared times my g, which is 7x to the fourth, and then plus f 6x cubed and g prime 28x to the third. Now you can see in both of these, I'm going to be able to multiply the numbers, and I'm going to end up with 168x to the sixth plus 126x to the sixth, and that will add up to 294x to the sixth. And if you want to check this using power rule, come on over here. And we know since this was a monomial, I can use that and I would get 42x to the seventh. Use the power rule, 7 comes in front. Now I have the 294x to the sixth. So you can see it works very nicely. Here's the next example. I'd like you to try number 2, and then we're going to do number 3 together. Okay, so you've tried number 2. You were able to come up with an answer of 3x squared plus 1. Now, we're going to look at this next one here, and this is really where it's going to come into play more. The e to the x multiplying through is going to create more of a mess, because if I even tried to distribute, I'd still have two product rules and e to the x. So we separate. Okay, f is e to the x. F prime, as we know, is e to the x still. G is x squared plus x plus 1. G prime is 2x plus 1. So I'm going to write it down for us again, f prime g plus f g prime, and we'll have e to the x times x squared plus x plus 1 plus my f value, e to the x times 2x plus 1. And to simplify that, I'm going to GCF out the e to the x, so I'll have e to the x squared plus x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1, so e to the x times x squared plus 3x plus 2. So that's the product rule. The next thing we're going to look at is the quotient rule. Now you'll notice the quotient rule is very, very, very similar to the product rule. Differences being, I have the negative in between. So now order matters very, 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 very important. And then we're going to have them down here divided by g squared. So set it up. F is 7x to the fifth. F prime is F prime is 35x to the fourth. G is the 3x squared I was trying to use. And g prime is 6x. So now we have the rule right in front of us here. Let me get some space, hold it up there. So I'm going to have the 35x to the fourth, that's my f prime, times my g, which is 3x squared, minus 7x to the fifth. Make sure that you have an extra set of parentheses here that you're going to use, that you would distribute that negative through. And that's all over g, so 3x squared squared. Taking a minute, making sure you see where everything comes from. And so then I will simplify, and I will get 105x to the sixth minus 42x to the sixth over 9x to the fourth. 63, 63 x to the 6th. Let's just make that prettier. 63x to the 6th over 9x to the 4th is the 7x squared when I subtract the exponents. Again, because it was monomials, you were able to see that that was going to work using the power rule. So then, let's have you try number 2, and we will go through number 3 together. So f is 3t minus 7. F prime is 3. G is t squared plus 5t minus 4. G prime is 2t plus 5. So yes, if you do not know the power rule, it is definitely becoming a pain at this moment. So you'll definitely want to work on that. Here's my rule, and let's plug in. 3 times t squared plus 5t minus 4 minus, opening the big parentheses, 3t minus 7 times 2t plus 5 all over t squared plus 5t minus 4 quantity squared. And then I really want you guys to be comfortable with the algebra as well. So this is technically the derivative right there. I want you to work down to negative 3t squared plus 14t plus 23 all over the t squared plus 5t minus 4 quantity squared. So see if you can get this answer to go to that. All right, have a wonderful night, and I'll answer any questions tomorrow.